Hello again. Welcome back to Asgard and welcome back to Celestial Journey. So since the last episode, I've been quarrying. Needless to say, we're getting a lot of materials, which has been nice. And you can see I've got a little Botania area. Now this won't permanently be our really dedicated Botania area, but it's a good starting place. And we might be adding something to this episode depending on how things go. But anyways, I did go ahead. I made a second Pure Daisy, and I went ahead and planted some tall mystical flowers. Of course, petal. Place it on the ground, bone meal it, and you got tall flowers. Then you just shear those. And I went ahead and got us another Pure Daisy here. Now, down here, I have been very busy. If you recall last episode, I said I added platforms to the mod, or to the pack, and I had been busy with some platforms. So let's go ahead, let's pop over. And I did change out some of this track. I got rid of the basalt bricks. I didn't really like those. Originally I was planning on using those, but I think I like the, this is cypress with fir wood, is what this is. And I think I like that quite a bit more. And most of it's platforms, but what's the track is on is actually just solid blocks. And then if we head down here, you can see we've kind of got like a little staircase there now. But, man, that's my ladder. Just in case I don't feel like bouncing up there. Over here, this doesn't go anywhere yet. But this is going to get opened up a bit. It's not going to be like what's on the other side. So, and you can see down here, I've worked on this, but there's a block that I need to fill the rest of this in. I'm not for sure if I'm going to have it fill in here or fill in here. I haven't decided. But anyways, I did a bit of platform work. This is a lot of platforms. Not terribly cheap either. But it's all just wood. It's easy to farm up in mass. And I also added some Realmite lamps down here. Realmite, I decided I wanted to go with these because A, they're cheap. We have tons of Realmite. B, they actually look pretty good, I think. With the design that I'm going to go with. I may change my mind, but I think that I like them. And platforms, by the way, you can just climb up like that. But anyways, back in here, I did finish out the netherite lamps. I popped down into our netherite mine and ran around for a little bit. I did prep 8 vitriol and 2 empty bases. So we do have those available to us for our spreaders. That way I can make 2 spreaders to start with. Any more than that, it's going to be really costly. Any less than that, I'm not really going to be able to run a Botania setup. So I was like, okay, I'm going to push for 2. Hated farming the Cyclopses, but that's okay. Hopefully before too long that won't be an issue. Now we still need to go to Eden and we need to get bloodstone tiles. So that's our 2 main objectives that we're going to be working on this episode. But you can see the altar got a bit fancier. And what's nice is actually underneath here, occasionally you can see smoke rise up. Torchlight does shine through the wooden platforms. So these are wooden platforms, and basically they're like almost like a carpet block that goes on top of stuff. And so I've got those, and the torch shines up through that. And there's still a bit of work I have to do. I have to hide the levers and stuff. I also made some bronze chains that hang those Realmite lanterns there. And yeah. And you may have seen I posted a tutorial. It would have actually been before last episode. But I posted a tutorial on blood magic. So if you haven't checked it out, if you want easy blood, if you don't want to do the self-sacrifice method, there is other ways that I showcase in that spotlight. If you watched DDSS series a while back, you probably are familiar with it. And then over here we have our very first statue. So right here we have Isaka, who's on my Discord, one of my patrons actually. And she is helping with our self-sacrifice blood magic. And what's cool is I can actually use her as a chest. Because I did upgrade to the glass sacrificial dagger, which is extremely powerful. It does take the glass shards, like what I talked about in the in that tutorial if you watched. But this is one of the Blood Arsenal items. And basically it gives you a ton more life essence whenever you stab yourself. but it also gives you a bleeding 2 effect. Now, anytime you do bleed, when you're near the altar, it will add the blood to the altar, but it is a huge upgrade. It's almost like having the incense brazier, like, all the time, except only taking like a heart or half heart or whatever. So, very, very powerful. And then also over here, I prepped up this, because it was basically just a bit of dark steel, capacitors, energetic alloy. It wasn't even going all the way up to vibrant level. It actually wasn't that bad. It was just a lot of micro crafting for us. So I did go ahead and get that prepped up. So we do have our Hellfire Forge. There we go. Quest completed. Okay, so that's done. And, oh, and I did complete the Vitriol quest, so yay. And there's Defensio, so. But we'll end up crafting more of that, so it's not a big deal that we missed out on that quest, in all honesty. Now, I don't actually have a proper place for the Hellfire Forge yet, so I'm just going to put it here. Long term, this isn't going to be like our main blood magic area. This is just going to kind of be like an entry point. You can kind of look down from the base and see some stuff going on down here. And then in addition, we'll have it for like manual crafting. This is really all we're going to be using this self-sacrifice system for long term. But anyway, so we'll set up the Hellfire Forge right here. That should be fine. Now, to start working towards our Tartaric system, we're going to have to go ahead and make ourselves some snares for starters. So let's go ahead. We'll just grab 2 crafts of those. And then let's see. I guess I went with 2 crafts because we need 2 bits of wheel to get our Tartaric gems started. And realistically, yeah, that'll be fine for starting, I think. And what we need to do, we need to go out and find ourselves some mobs. And ideally, I would love to find just a couple, maybe zombies or something like that. Hey, there's one. Alright, so let me make sure that my particles are, yeah, they're set to all. Okay. There we go. Oh. We got a wheel quality of 2.13. That is not bad. I forgot I had my hostile creatures down after doing that tutorial. So I'm going to set that up to like 20. Okay. Anyways, so Tartaric gems, we're going to need 1 wheel from this. So yeah, we could make 2 of these with what we've got. So we're going to need gold, redstone, blue dye, and glass. Oh, and you can see my cypress, my little makeshift cypress farm over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw in our gold, our redstone, our lapis, and our glass. And let's throw in our demonic wheel. And this is going to start running. I'm only going to make 2 of these for right now. So let me grab that. And then that's pretty much going to sap out all the wheel out of this, but that's fine. So there we go. And then what we need to do, which by the way, are snares ever used? No, they're not used for anything. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to get a sentient sword, which is going to be an iron sword with a petty Tartaric gem. And we need something that contains wheel, or that can contain wheel in there. It doesn't actually have to have any wheel in it. Let me... I don't think I have any iron down here. Let me pop up. I'm actually getting ready to move all of our item storage over here before too long, hopefully. And I gotta run more iron. I've actually been mining a whole lot of iron and coal and copper and tin and all that stuff while I've been quarrying out this area. Okay, so that, and we'll get that running. And there's our sentient sword. Okay, so there's that. And then let's go ahead and just see if we throw that down. We pick it up. Yeah. So there we go. We have 0.13 wheel inside of this. Now, what I need to do at this point is... I've got 38 levels. let's pop upstairs. We've got to go do a bit of hunting. And then we've got to upgrade our Tartaric gems. Basically just the standard blood magic start. We've got wheel. Let's go ahead and just kill lots of mobs with our sword kind of thing. Not the most exciting thing ever. It's kind of a grind fest at first. I meant to stop that. That's fine. Okay, now what I want to do, let's throw that in there. Decay. Isn't that the one that gives it wither effect? Yeah, applies withering to the target. I really want looting. Let's see. That would just be heads. Block of diamond. Dark steel. Auto... no. No, I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, and by the way, these Infinity Booster cards, these are meant to be in-game. Corrupted Awakened Draconium. And that takes away... Yeah, it's like super... Well, it's not like super in-game, but it's pretty late game. They weren't intended to drop from Enderman, so we're just going to toss those. Goodbye. But I came up here. I wanted to grab a couple books. I went ahead and grabbed these. And I probably should have grabbed my Tome of Knowledge too. But that's okay. We've got 38 levels. And we've got a full Tome of Knowledge if I need it. But I actually don't really want decay on our Sentient Sword. I really just want looting. That's the most important thing. XP boost. Ooh, Soulbound. That's Soulbound 1 though. Which Soulbound? Isn't that the one that like wears off? Yeah. That one there. I don't want that one. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get XP boost 3. I like it. And then there's sharpness 5. There's good Soulbound too. And what do we have on this? Looting 3. I have to have you. But sharpness 5. That's crazy. But looting 3. I have to have you. It's going to make our lives a whole lot easier. Seriously? Oh, this game hates me. We'll take it. We got looting 3. Oh, and Reaper 4. What in the world? Okay. Protection 3. Do we want to go for... Yeah, let's go ahead and grab a book with protection 3 on it, I suppose. We don't have the sharpness on it, but I'll try to get sharpness. You know, before too long we'll be able to get an enchanter also. I just really don't want to go through that hassle because it takes machine blocks and it takes power. Well, it doesn't take power, but I need a slice and splice and all that. And no, I just don't want to mess with that right now. Let me go ahead. There's protection 3 book. And then we have, oh, Reaper 4 and holding 3. Ooh. I mean, I've got a Reaper 4 that I'll be using a lot. So, yeah, we're going Reaper 4. Because now I can give it Reaper 5. And there's a Soulbound enchant in there at the moment. So I might grab that also. I want to go ahead and get the Soulbound book. And it has looting 2 on it. Okay. These are all terrible. Let's just grab that. Sharpness 4. That's great. That'll work for now. Okay. There we go. Oh, and holding 4. Yeah, I'll take holding 4 also. Holding 4 and sharpness 3. Okay, that's an odd combo, but we'll take it. Leech 1, I will take that. That's life leech. Power 4, yes, please. Oh my gosh, I'm getting some good enchants. Because we're going to be making a ranged weapon before too long. Actually, a couple ranged weapons that I have in mind, but we're doing a little bit of enchanting this episode. Blast protection 4, I'll take it. Then we've got... I got an XP boost 3, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to take the sharpness 2. That's fine. Then we've got protection 3. I could throw that on our armor. Oh, we got another protection 3. I will take it. But I'm probably not going to put that on our current armor. I think I'd rather keep that. Oh, auto smelt. I will take that also. And multi-shot 3. Okay. Alright, so now I'm loaded up with junk. Great. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our anvil laid out. Okay, and we'll just drop this down like right there for right now. So our sentient sword, let's go ahead and put that Reaper on it. So we've got Reaper 5 and looting 3 on it. Awesome. And then what about, which I don't need that book. What about sharpness 4? So we can actually kill things with it. And let's go ahead and put XP boost 3. And then what about some soulbound? Which I know we could put this all on like books and then transfer it over, but I'm not that worried about it. So we got Reaper 5, looting 3, sharpness 4, XP boost 3, and soulbound. That's a pretty decent weapon. And the thing is, it's going to scale up in damage as we get more wheel built up. I mean, right now it's not going to be all that strong. Only a 3.5 attack damage. It's not great, but it's going to go up. I don't know why I just slept, because actually nighttime would have been ideal for us, but that's fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to start killing mobs with this thing, and we're going to start building up wheel. You can see that single kill bumped up the wheel in this. That's because of the looting. The more looting that you have, the more wheel that you're going to get per kill, which is great. That's why you want to go straight for looting 3 if you can. Hey, there's bears. These would work. Passives work, and these are like semi-passive-ish. How much wheel do you have in your soul? Oh, no, you don't work, in fact. You did, though. 7.63. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to just start jumping around. Probably find a good cave. Okay, there's some pigs. Let's see if passives work in this pack. No, passives do not work in this pack. Yes, grabs do work. Now, one thing I would like to get for this and add to is mending. A mending book would be wonderful. Or if there's some sort of a... Whew, all we need is a nether star, though. An arcane scorchulator. Or that. Okay, that's a whole lot cheaper. And then basically we have to rinse and repeat this a few times. It's great fun. Absolutely great fun. And by the way, we need to look and see what does it take to upgrade this. It's going to take a diamond, a block of lapis, and a block of redstone. Alright, that's cheap enough. There's a cyclops over here. I'm hoping it doesn't despawn. I'm going to really quickly craft this up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and drop in this. And I'm going to drop in... Oh, what was it? That. Yeah. Because we need one more Tartaric gem. So there's that. And we're going to go ahead and just drop that in there. And then we're going to take and do our... Oh, I need one more lapis. That's fine. That. And that's not right. Oh, it's 60 wheel. My bad. I was thinking it was 50 for some reason. That's an easy fix for us then. And you can see, by the way, the damage on this is 9.5 now because we have a lot of wheel. But as soon as I use this to craft, it's going to drop back down. Okay. 64. We'll take it. And we're up to 10 attack damage, which is pretty much where the Petty Tartaric Gem caps out. What's the attack damage on this? 11.14. So this is actually going to surpass our sword pretty quick. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. And that's going to craft us up our Lesser Tartaric Gem. So there we go. And we do need to upgrade and make another... we need to upgrade this one to a Lesser Tartaric. Now, one thing I do suggest you do is whenever you upgrade, don't waste this. Just go ahead and shift right-click a few times, and you'll switch your wheel over to the you know, to the other gems. So we're going to go ahead and dump our 44 into there. And then I need to grab one more lapis. Let me drop off those snares as well. Okay, so now I need to do that again, and we need to get a common Tartaric, which means we need at least 240 wheel, we need a diamond, we need an imbued slate, we need a block of gold. Easy enough. The gold I've actually got over here. And the sun's starting to set, which is perfect, because we're going to need that. I probably won't use this sword for normal combat until I get unbreaking and stuff on it, though. Oh, you killed my, oh no, he's still there. There we go. We're at 65.07. And by the way, the more wheel that you have, the faster your wheel will build up as well. I should mention that also. So you get looting on there and you let your wheel start to build up. It's going to get faster and faster for you to generate wheel. Okay, actually we could farm it up down here too and get diamonds and shards and things like that. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. Hey, we just got one of those souls. Great. Okay, so where are we? We're at 187. Yeah, we've got a Rototic soul. Awesome. Okay, we have capped out wheel now at 256. We have a 10.5 attack damage right now, which isn't too bad. Still not as high as our sword, but we've got a whole nother Tartaric gem to do just now for the rank that we're at. So let's go ahead and throw in one of these, get that running, because we are going to need some imbued slates. So we should do that. And then let's go ahead, let's drop that into there, and let me get our lapis block. Oops. I get a little bit of lag whenever I do that though. But you can see, I mean, it shoots up like 7,000. No. That's what you got to watch out for though. Because that will happen. Okay. Let's pop back down here. It's a little bit more of a dangerous thing to use, but that's alright. We like a little bit of danger in our lives. And then let's go ahead and run one more. If you have like regen going on, it's not an issue. And it's a lot more blood. But it's different. You have to use it a little bit differently. So, alright. Let's go ahead. Throw that in. We'll get this crafted. We should still have enough wheel in here, I think. Yeah, 236. I need 240. So I need 4 more wheel. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so there we go. We'll have our max tier. Well, for now. It's not actually, you know, it's not actually max tier, but we'll have, for now, our max tier Tartaric. And then I'll just upgrade this at my leisure, sort of thing. Okay, so now what we need to do is we're going to have to fill this thing up. Well, actually, I don't even think we have to fill it up, do we? We just need to make the Sentient Sword. That's all we're really, or not Sentient Sword, but the Bound Blade. Which is, we're going to need some Arcane Ashes, white bone meal, coal or charcoal, gunpowder, redstone for that. And then the Binding Reagent, which is where we need the minimum 400 wheel for that, and then this stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm not going to go out and grind on this at the moment. The reason being, because we need to go to Eden, right? Because we have to get Eden arrows. So I think that's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to get the rest of our wheel in that. Okay, so at this point, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get ourselves the Mysterious Clock. and start fighting our very first bosses. Let me grab these just in case. So we've got these available to us. And then, let's see. This could be a bit painful, depending. Because we're going to need to get ourselves enough divine rocks, basically 2 crafts to make a portal. And each one of those is going to require 13 shards. And I can't remember how many shards the boss drops. But I guess we'll find out. And I might try meleeing him. You can also range him. You can also farm him. You know, we set up spawners for him on Divine Journey. And we will on here for sure. Once I can afford them, that is. But this is why I've been kind of farming corrupted shards. Because I knew we were going to need these. Let's see, the Mysterious Clock. We're going to need 3 corrupted stones for each battle. Oof, and then we need this, which isn't, oof, okay. I've got enough for 4 corrupted stones at the moment. This actually might be this probably be the most grindy part, is getting the Eden arrows out of it. Okay, I got the 5 netherite ore that we needed. Okay, so we need the netherite chunk, and we need the shadow bar, which is Arlemite plus rupee. Okay, so there's that. Great. Okay, and we get a Palavence, which is basically a healing item. Then looks like a sword, but you use it to heal yourself. You get a 1/4 of a heart every time that you use it. And then, let's see. The quests don't end there, do they? It may have something to do with the fact that our blood magic quests and stuff aren't updated and all that. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's pop over. Saw that skeleton. Let's pop over. There's a nice little plains area over here. Even though I think trees would probably be best. Because this guy, he has a really bad habit of getting stuck on everything. If you recall from Divine Journey, these, a lot of the Divine RPG bosses are just kind of, their AI is not great, you know? So you can usually have a bit of fun with them. So what we're going to do, let's see. I won't need that. Let's, is that not, yeah, I thought you just, there he is. Boom. That was unfortunate. Okay, so there he is. And you can see he actually relies a lot on knockback damage. In fact. Or fall damage. But with slime boots, of course, that's going to be an obsolete thing because we can't take it. Alright. So, let's see if I can just get down. Oh, yeah, this may not work. I might need range to pull this off. Whoa! Yeah, I might need to grab some arrows. Where are you? Damageable. Oh, there we go. Oh, God. And we fought in range in the past. I just thought, well, maybe we'll try melee. That's a terrible idea, actually. It's actually quite comical, though, I think. And then he's just going to stand there. I don't even think you can melee him at this point. Okay, well, let me just drop a marker down. Let me run back home and get my arrows and stuff real quick. And then we'll be right back. I was just curious because I'm going to be able to melee. If I could deal the damage to him, I'd be able to melee him a lot better. Then I can range him at the moment, but... This is fine. He's actually not a hard boss. Doesn't have a lot of health, and he's just kind of goofy. He's kind of cool in a way, but he just doesn't have the AI to actually support such a big, bulky frame, I guess. So headed back over. And we gotta find the sweet spot to actually hurt this guy. I think it's like at the base of him, like where you would melee him. You just can't melee him, basically. So, let me grab out our bow. Yeah. Oh my god. Maybe I should have made a better bow before this. I guess I should have at least enchanted it with, like, power. Or I might just throw together a, shadow bow. Because we're going to have to farm a few of these guys. And I can throw power on that and use it until... Basically, I just need it for this boss, more or less. Because after this boss, we should be able to get our actual ranged weapon. But for now, I need something. Since melee is just not going to work. Unless we have, like, knockback resistance. But, I don't know, he'd be hitting like a truck then, I feel like. Yeah, and I've got this Power 4 book. So we'll just throw that on there. Okay, so there's our shadow bars, and we'll go ahead and get our shadow bow. And there we go, Power 4 on that. Now, ideally, you would only summon one of these. Basically, how we did it on Divine Journey, which was super easy. We summoned one of them, got him down. We might have killed him a couple times, maybe, like, full kill. I don't know. I can't recall. But anyways, you would summon, like, one, and you'd get him down to almost dead. Then you'd capture him in a spawner, or make a spawner. Industrial Foregoing would be the one in this pack. And you make a spawner for him, and then you just infinitely spawn him, and he's like a one-shot. You do like the exact copy mode. It's really as good a damage, I don't think. I mean, it's got the power on it, but it's really not much damage over like the vanilla bow, which didn't have power on it, so I don't know. Alright, this is super exciting. What's funny is even if there's no trees, this guy just kind of like derps around most of the fight. So this is more of just like, without spawners, this is more of just like a grind fest. Because we're going to have to make a mysterious clock every time that we want to summon this guy. But we'll find out how much... I'd really like to get in... I'm out of arrows. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and get some arrows. There's 34. That may be enough to finish him off. Yeah, because he doesn't have much. And I'm going to try to get the final blow with the sword. Because I kind of wonder if we couldn't get a Draconic Evolution soul off of him. And then in addition, I'm hoping that looting would take effect for this guy. I just got to figure out how to get in melee range of him without just getting beaten on. I'm hoping that longsword, I could longsword rush him. Okay. That should be good. I also wonder if I couldn't get underneath him. Oh. That's not going to work. He hits me through the ground. How to pull this off? That is the question. Wonder if I can sneak up on him. Nope. He doesn't even like do anything. He just like looks at me and I'll just go fly. Oh, Divine RPG, your mobs are not my favorite. I hit him. I did not do very much damage, but I did hit him. Okay, so it is possible. We pretty much just have to fall onto him. Yeah, this is working. Not great, but it's working. Turn around the other way. I think he's lost in thought right now. There we go. We killed him with the looting sword. So hopefully we got a bunch of shards. I see some down there. And now he's going to wig out for a little while. Ah. Okay. Three? Three? Really? That's it? Oh my god. This is terrible. We got an orange heart. Because, like, okay, I'm going to need these divine rocks. I'm going to need 2 crafts. So we're looking at 26 of these things that I need. So I only got to kill them like 10 times at this rate. And that was with looting. I guess the looting just didn't take effect. There's no way it could have taken effect. Maybe I'm going to have to go the mob duplicator method. Because realistically, this is just insane to do. Because, I mean, we're going to have to make basically like 10. Maybe I just got unlucky, but we're still going to need a ton of mysterious clocks. Which them alone, not terrible, I guess. But, I mean, that's still a lot of corrupted shards. And it's not like I'm swimming in grows and enthralled Drimcrixes. So... okay, so what we're going to do, I'm getting some stuff together right now. We are going to go make ourselves a couple machine chassis. And we're going to go the mob duplicator method. And I'm going to go ahead and do the duplicator method first before I get the ancient entity. So that way we can just summon our Dramcrixes and not have to find them. The Dramcrixes and the Grus. And just make our lives a little bit easier that way. There's no way in the world I'm going to farm up that much Gru and stuff. I'd just be crazy to even bother with that. I love how the nether portal is like just a wall of like, nope. Oh, we did get 68 levels though, so there's that. And our sentient sword is quickly approaching the point that it's going to be better than the manual and longsword. Really it is, because it's got the Reaper and stuff. By the way, that's the statue that we got from that guy. Okay, let's go ahead. I've got most of this stuff. We are going to need that. Just 2 of those. And then I'm going to need some glass. It has to be white. Okay. So there's that. There's that. There's that. Let's complete the foundation of all machines. Is it now? Where even is that? We haven't even touched power generation. It's like, no. Oh, okay, it's right here. Then there was the cubic crystals. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and drop that into there. And there's our latex processing unit. So that's finally done. And we're just going to set this up like right here. So it's got power. Great. Let me go sleep really quick. Actually, the sun's starting to come up. I'm just going to pop down here. Whoop. There we go. Apparently the rupee shikax cannot break that. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I do need water in this. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves some water, because we are going to need an infinite water source. Leave me alone. Okay, so what we're going to do for right now, let's set ourselves up an infinite water source. And that's just because, like, all these machines being here is very temporary anyways. So, we're going to make it real nice and pretty. And that way I can just load this thing down with some water. I don't need to make a bunch of this, in truth. Let's go ahead and dump that in. Dump that in. That's going to start running, and it's going to start making us our tiny dry rubbers. I am going to have to pump a little bit of water into this. We need to get a proper system set up for this because this is not really ideal. What's the, well, I know, actually, I think I looked, and I think really the Endeavour is like our ideal one, which is what I'm using down in the potion area. I know realistically our potions we wouldn't need an infinite water source for, but it's more there for like convenience sake for building the base, more so than necessarily for potions. Plus it means I don't have to have like a water block down in the floor or something like that, because that wouldn't be great. Okay, so there's 26 of those. And then we'll just get that smelted up. Okay, and there's our plastic sheets. I'm going to go ahead and put these in right there. Yeah. And then we're going to have to get some slime balls. I might go attack a slime island and just get some real quick, because I don't have any more. That was the last that I had. Alright. Let's get some energy in our bounce. And then bounce on over. Okay. Hey. There we go. Okay. Great. There's that. And then let me go ahead and have a bit of this slimy dirt. And I'll go ahead and take some of these slime blocks. Some ghosts up around here. I want to kill these. Yeah, because we got ectoplasm and spectral dust from Bewitchment, which we won't need for a while, but... Alright, let's go ahead and get our chassis plates. And there's that. Okay. Now, for the duplicator, we're going to need more plastic. We're going to need Offensio, which is Ambutio. Alright, great. We're going to need blocks of emeralds. We're going to need Z-Logic controller. We're going to need sponges. Huh. Well, we have 511 wheel. I'll tell you what we're going to do, just really quick. We're going to continue working on that. I've got to gather up all my ender pearls. I won't have enough, I can already tell you. I'm going to have to go out and kill Enderman, because I'm going to need basically 16 ender pearls for this. I'll tell you what we can do. We can make ourselves a bound blade. So we're going to need a diamond sword. We're going to need aluminum brass. We're going to need infinity dust, gunpowder, and glowstone. Okay, so sag meal, grains of infinity. We'll get that running. It's going to take a second to craft that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple diamonds, aluminum brass. Yeah, I've got aluminum brass. There's our diamond sword. There's our infinity dust. Okay, and we need gunpowder, which I've got some down there, and then arcane ashes, which are redstone, bone meal, coal, and gunpowder. Okay, let me pull this out for just a minute. We might get this thing crafted here in a second, though. Alright, so that, and what was the other thing? Redstone, maybe? No, it's glowstone. That. We'll toss that in there. This is the most expensive one. So, boom, there we go. And then we need that, and that, yeah. And there's our arcane ashes. And then can I pull... this off? Yes. Okay. We'll go ahead and do that just so that it's made, because you know, we will eventually need to upgrade this. I don't know what it takes to make the next tier of Tartaric. I mean, we should be able to make these, or we should make these as soon as we can. We need, yeah, okay. So we're not going to be able to make that just yet. That's fine. Let me go ahead and grab this back out. Arcane Ashes, quest complete. Anything for that? Yes. We get 4 Dark Steel. I'll take it. And then we completed this, the Binding Reagent. Then they want us to get the Bound Blade, Pickaxe, Shovel, and Axe. That's fine. Let me go ahead. Well, I'll just drop this one in for now. Go ahead and do that. Just to put some life points in here because we will need it for what we're going to be doing. Okay, so let's go ahead then. And we're going to just right-click our Arcane Ashes onto the ground. Takes a little bit of durability damage. Take our Binding Reagent. Right-click it on there. It's going to make this pattern. I know there's not a lot of space here. And then we take and put our sword in. We give this a second. And I love the animations and stuff for the Blood Magic rituals. We're going to decorate with some of these too. In fact, there we go. There is our Bound Blade. And then we can shift right click to activate and deactivate this thing. And now, guess what we get to go do? We get to go hunt down mobs. Great. But technically I could put our blood, we could make our blood crystals, which are, I think they take like imbued slates on here or something. Yeah, so basically most of my work that's left is just getting the Eden arrows, which is the Eden fragments. It's just getting to Eden. That's the challenge at the moment. But the thing is, once we get to Eden at this point, I mean, we're pretty much home free and we can actually start into power with this insane challenge. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're just going to start killing mobs, and there's a chance, it's not 100% or anything, but there's a chance that they're going to drop weak blood shards for us. And basically, I need a lot of these, because I'm going to need these for caps also, and I'm going to have to start really making some redstone alloy. Luckily, redstone alloy is super cheap for us. Oh. We got a weak blood shard. Wonderful. And another weak blood shard. Wonderful. I really need to make a divination sigil at this point, because now we're going to be starting to use stuff from our blood network. Oh, and we got our 4 weak blood shards. Didn't I need that for the mob duplicator? For something? Offensio, no? No, I didn't need it for that. Okay, so yeah, and we just need to kill more mobs and get more weak blood shards. And that's part of what we need. And then it's just redstone alloy. At this point, I mean, really at this point, we could use that to get our projectile bases. We've got enough to make 2 of them, which is what I need for the spreaders. Now, I do need to make the caps, but that's not a big deal if we can't make the caps immediately, because I don't really need it. I don't have the runes laid out yet. But I will keep this on me, and I'll keep killing mobs, you know, with it. Okay, so for this, we need Ambustio, which really isn't that bad. I've got leftover blaze powder. I could pull that off. And then, yeah, that's all craftable for us. We do need an ender sword, but that's just dark steel and a stick. And I probably already got, I know I've got some lying around. I don't know if it will accept them without full durability, though. Plastic's easy, and then we just have to get the slice and splice, which is actually cheap. Yeah, more than anything, it's just getting the ender pearls together. Okay, and I've only got 8 here. I've got 1 upstairs, so I'm gonna have to go farm ender pearls. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I didn't even realize that I have a full stack of gunpowder right here. I've been making that with sulfur. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get that running, making us our vibrant, or our energetic alloy. And I'm going to start getting some of this stuff together. I'm probably going to end out this episode here, and the next episode we'll pick back up. We'll get the mob duplicator pretty quick, and then we'll get another... I mean, then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump, really, at that point, to get to Eden. Because we can spawn the Dramcrixes or the Grows that we need to get the Corrupted Shards, and then we can, you know, do the Ancient Entity, weaken it down, capture it before we finish it off, and then spawn it so we can just, like, one-shot them dead. It's not going to be too bad once we get this out of the way. And for power, it's really just as easy as moving our energy cell and plugging that up and going. And then after that, we'll be able to start Botanium, which means we'll be able to start into power. We'll be able to start to power at that point. So, yeah. And I need to start prepping the stuff for this, because I'm going to need a lot of gold casings. That's the worst part. I need to start prepping and at least getting like a stack of those together, because eventually we're going to want quite a few flux fields. Though I will say, starting out, I mean, 1, 2 flux fields, we'd be fine. There is a limit on how much they can produce, but it's pretty, I think it's like 3,000 or 1,600 or something like that is the default setting. So 3,000 RF per tick is pretty substantial, right? So it's actually not going to be too bad, I don't guess, but we'll see. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And we'll pick back up. I'll probably go ahead and start recording this before too long. I'm going to get some stuff together and then we'll jump into the next part of this. So anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys then.